Dude, I'm excited. I feel like I haven't gone first in a while, which it doesn't really matter, but nonetheless, we're here. Dude, I am stoked for tonight's story.
Woohoo!
I have been texting people, reading submissions, and scouring the internet since 10 a.m. this morning and did not find a story that I was satisfied with until 3:30. Took me a while, and even then I was just starting, like when I first started the story, I was like, this is it. I just felt it. And as it went on, I knew that there was a lot to talk about. So I'm going to have my notes to help me. So a few years ago, do you remember the abandoned hospital / asylum in Provo?
Yeah.
And there was that broken Ouija board
Yep.
at the bottom level. Folks, this was at night, and this was several staircases down underground.
Yeah.
Several flights of stairs going down, right?
At least.
Yeah.
At least two.
Yep.
And the very bottom one, it's all pitch black, if you didn't have flashlights, of course. But you found the Ouija board broken in half on the table, and you were going to go touch it.
And then I yelled at him.
Almost.
Why?
I don't know.
Just
because.
But because, be cool.
Yeah, dude, it would have been so
Dude, that would have
dope.
been cool. Why did you yell at him?
Well, you can actually watch this video clip on one of our highlights under adventures. But I yell at Sean and I say, Sean, don't touch it. Like a straight brat. Because I was I was scared. For some reason, I couldn't explain it. But I was nervous that there was a reason why it was ripped in half on this table. Like someone was trying to get rid of it or like break its power or something, and they were leaving it there. So I don't know. I just had a feeling inside, don't touch it.
What about you? Are you glad you didn't, or do you wish you had?
I'm indifferent. Like, I don't care that I didn't, and I don't care that if I would have, I wouldn't have cared either way.
Did it ever cross your mind to bring it home with you?
No.
Is
Like,
there any
to bring the Ouija board home with me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Is there any reason you would?
Any reason I would? If someone had said you won't.
I think we said that last episode.
If someone challenged Sean, he would have.
No.
I wouldn't have brought it home just because, like I said, I'm indifferent about it. But if someone had said, oh, you won't do that, I would have brought it home.
But are there any personal reasons why you would bring it home?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah. Well, congratulations. You're a normal person. So this will all come into play with my story. It's about a New York man. This happens about 4 years ago. So a New York man and his self-proclaimed atheist friend are taking a hike. And they're hiking in the Catskills. So I looked it up on Google
Those
Maps.
are wild.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you know about them?
They're just super easy to get lost in. And they call them Catskills because you're up on ledges on these mountains. And it's kind of the equivalent of cats walking along fences.
Makes sense. You've heard of it as well?
I've heard of him.
I have never heard of these. So I looked it up on Google Maps. It's like if you go straight up from New York City, and then if you go straight west from there, then you go towards Buffalo. So it's pretty far inland. It's this mountain range, and they're hiking there. They're familiar with the area, and this area that they're in is notoriously known amongst the locals as the grounds for devil worshippers to go and sacrifice animals. So they're not
Chill.
chill. They're not necessarily
That's what TripAdvisor says.
Yelp reviews.
1 out of 5 stars.
Their cloaks did not match.
Yeah.
Think we can all agree the masks could have been a little better.
So they're not necessarily looking for anything spooky. They just want to go on a hike. And
Did they know that going into this?
They did. They were aware of it, but
That wasn't the reason they were going.
it wasn't the reason they were going.
Okay.
Yeah. So while they're hiking, as all natural explorers do, they decide to go off the trail to explore a bit more.
Of course.
So they're way off the path when they happen upon a cave. This is midday on a Sunday. So with the amount of sunlight spilling into the cave, they feel fine. They're not worried at all. So they decide to venture in. And it doesn't take them long for them to discover a fire that looked like it was put out just that morning. Embers are low. There's smoke slowly rising from the ashes. And right next to the fire, they find a statue. And in their exact words, it has nails in its eyes and a noose around its neck.
Oh, someone is pissed.
I have a picture of this.
Oh, snap.
Is this a situation where you're like, Sean, you won't take that home?
I would pull a
You would pull it. Don't touch that.
yeah. I would pull out our secret
Okay, I see you. I see
secret password to make you not do it.
Y'all ready to see this?
you. Yes.
No.
All right. Here it is.
I don't like that.
Ew, they had to have touched it.
Yeah, because, oh, yeah. Did someone take this home?
Okay. Ew.
Just describe what you see first.
First of all, most oftentimes when you see things like this, even in movies, it's like, that's so clearly a prop. Or you got that at Spirit's Halloween store, bro.
Zerchers.
Yeah.
Party land. Party city.
Yeah. Get that Halloween trash out of my face. This is not that case. That reminds me of when we went to that antique store in Salt Lake City and we were looking at those things from Africa that are like from the 1800s. Something about that just rings so authentic to me. I don't know. It's
It
like
looks
hand carved
authentic.
old wood that's like aged and stained. I don't know.
I
That's
thought
creepy.
Blair Witch Project.
So it's like an effigy. It's probably like 8 inches tall and it's a carving of a person, pretty crude.
Yeah.
But you can distinctly see like eyes,
A
nose,
face, yeah.
mouth, and then a head and then a body. And yeah, it has like 2 or 3 nails in each eye.
And then
And
a
an-
noose around the neck.
Yeah, noose. That's like
Ew.
made perfectly out of like twine put around its neck. And it's in this cave.
Yeah. It's about a foot long. And this was posted on Reddit under the paranormal subreddit. And somebody comments saying, after spending some time in this part of the world, it looks like the design is like West African. I don't know how much-
voodoo, baby.
Yeah. I don't know how it looks like a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
I don't know how much credibility that has, but it doesn't strike me with any other culture outside of, some type of African.
Or Caribbean.
Yeah. But yeah, they find this statue. Immediately, our main protagonist, not the atheist friend, he's creeped out. Doesn't want to touch it. But
I'm just picturing like Sean and Jordan. Like Sean's like whatever, and Jordan's like, bro, no, bro, dude, bro, no,
Yeah.
we gotta go.
dude, that sounds accurate. Homeboy is super creeped out. But his atheist friend is not at all. And decides to take it home with him.
Well, see, that's where we would differ, in my opinion. I would take it and leave it in someone else's home.
That's a terrorist act, dude.
It's like sneezing on someone, bro. That's a terrorist act right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he takes it home against his friend's judgment and his own better judgment. They finish their hike and they're in their own separate homes. It's now Wednesday, so 3 days later after their hike. And our main character here, his phone goes off. It's about 11:30, and it's his friend, his atheist friend. I don't know why I'm saying that too much as if it super matters. I think it,
No, it just helps me differentiate who's who.
yeah, but also I think he gets to the point where, him being an atheist, he doesn't really believe anything spiritual,
Supernatural.
Supernatural, evil. So that's why from the get-go he was skeptical of it, didn't give it any power, took it with him.
To the point where he's like, I don't care, I'll take this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So his friend calls him, his atheist friend calls him, and his voice is shaking. And he says, since day one, I have heard relentless knocking on my doors,
I just got
loud
creeped.
banging on my walls, and this putrid smell of pond water.
Oh, nope. That's a bad sign.
Pond water?
Yep. It's like the
like-
the sulfuric
It's
pond
rotten
water.
eggs.
Yep.
Yep.
They're demons, bro.
Demons. Demons.
Our main character, on the other hand, is not really taking this seriously
He probably
because
thinks
he
he's getting
knows his
pranked.
friend. Yeah, he thinks so he thinks it's a bluff, and he's hearing him out. He's like, whatever, dude. And his atheist friend is saying, no, this is happening. This has been happening, and I've been losing sleep over it. And he says, well, come over. And he says, well, I'll come over tomorrow. It's late at that point. So they hang up. After they hang up, atheist friend decides that he's going to try to go to sleep to just kind of get away from all of this. Not sure why, but he leaves this statue. He holds on to the statue. But not only that, he keeps it with him in his room, his bedroom. I'm not exactly sure where in the bedroom. It sounds like it was close to his bed, like on a nightstand or on a desk. But in his bedroom, and fortunately, he falls asleep. A few hours into his sleep, he wakes up to the sound of loud barking. He has dogs.
Whew.
I was like, oh gosh, I was almost so concerned.
But his dogs are very good dogs.
And they're still barking.
They're barking in the middle of the night. He gets up to try to quiet them down, and they're calming down. After some time of him consoling them, they start to quiet down, and he lays back down. And as he lays back down, he's scanning his room with his eyes. He notices the statue is no longer in his room. That point, he's very alarmed, but wants to know where it is. So he gets out of bed, and he walks to his bedroom door, and he turns the knob and opens it. And he cannot believe what he is seeing. When he opens his door, he sees that on the carpet are muddy, bare footprints that lead towards the end of the hallway and around the corner. His curiosity gets the best of him, and he follows these footprints.
Learn your lesson, bro.
And as he's doing this, he says that he's sick because of how bad the smell is. It's somehow worse than it has been the past couple of days. And when he's about to round the corner, he says that he can hear whispering. So curious as to who or what is whispering, he turns the corner and sees the statue in his living room, standing upright. That point, he wraps it up in a cloth. I think it's like a pillowcase. And he heads to his friend's house. You're like, I'm not going through this alone, dog. So when he gets to his friend's house, he tells him everything. His friend believes him at this point because of how visibly shaken he is, knowing the type of person he is. So this is where they go to Reddit and they post the pictures from when they first found it and the experience that they had. And they say, what do we do?
What were some of the answers they got?
What would you do, though?
I would take it back.
Honestly, I would look for anyone who might have experience with this. I do have cousins from Haiti. I have 9 Haitian cousins. But going to Reddit might be like one of my top 3 choices. Being like, yo, I need help. My thought is replace the item.
What do you mean replace the item?
Take it right back to the cave.
Okay.
Yep.
Apologize and back away. And maybe like our friend Tom from Excellent Movie Adventure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just kind of state, I'm sorry I took it. I did not believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like make a statement and leave.
Yeah.
That might be my gut reaction. Another one, possibly more dangerous, destroy it. But I'd be very nervous because that might mean unleashing something, making you the target of the hate. I don't know.
Give it to someone you hate.
Sean, you freaking terrorist, dog. Sean's like, I go to my ex's house. Bury it under her porch.
Take it to Jordan's house. See what happens. Sorry, I would never do that. Just kidding, I would.
Guys, the comment section was rife with a lot of these suggestions. A lot of people were saying take it back. Some people were saying go the extra
Exercise.
mile and take gifts as well.
Offering.
Yeah.
Offerings
A dead
just
animal.
to like overcompensate,
Yeah.
as part of like their, I guess, repentance. But one common thing that I found in the comments that creeped me out, and you touched on it, is people were saying, do not burn it.
I just got chills for the third time, dude.
Do not burn it.
You don't want to unleash anything.
Exactly. And I don't know if I've really thought about that before. I feel like, okay, and I guess embarrassing to say, my resume goes as far as movies and TV shows. But that always seems like the end game is to like destroy it.
Isildur.
Isildur, throw it into the fire. Or the Elder One, he breaks it in half and throws it over the bridge. Just getting rid of it. But people were saying, do not burn it, because whatever is inside of it or possessing this object will then not have an object to occupy. Its spirit can be freed.
And you look
and
real
will
tasty.
Will look for something else to occupy. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll take it back. I think they were hesitant to take it back because they didn't want to give it back to the source of where it came from.
Also, you don't want to run into the person who is there.
Yeah. Or even if you don't, like, I think they were thinking, whoever made this or helped contribute to what this is, we don't want them to come in contact with this again to, I don't know, be more powerful, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So many different thoughts, running through their head. Till one comment responds to them. This man introduces himself. He's the owner of the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and the Occult.
I think he's been on Mysterious Universe before.
I've looked them up, and they have an influence.
Is it a couple?
Yes.
I think they've been on Mysterious Universe
cool.
several times.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have wild stories.
Dude, that's good. I love that you are confirming that.
The
Because
difference between them and us is they like throw themselves into these stories. Mm-hmm. We hear about them, we talk about them. Yeah. They go to the place. They take the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's all part of the rest of this story. So he comments and he says, hey, I'm from, this museum. We specialize in these kind of things. I'm sorry, I can't pay you, but if you want to get this off of your hands, I'd be happy to, and I can update you on our studies and our findings on this. Mm-hmm. So that's the option they decide to go with. They send it to this owner of this museum of the paranormal and the occult. So we have listeners who we love and are grateful for. Many of you have sent stories. Thank you. But ain't nobody has sent us a wooden doll with nails in its eyes.
I'm going to go ahead and say it now.
Noose around its neck, yeah. And
don't.
Please don't.
Yeah, bro. I ain't trying to mess with that dog.
Y'all don't need to.
Yeah. We're chill.
We said the difference between us and them, that couple of the museum, we're fine with that difference. So,
bro, we sit on the side and comment.
Yeah.
They be jumping in that.
Yeah.
No, we're perfect on the side. Like, we chill.
Yeah. So these two dudes, our main character and his atheist friend, who honestly, in my opinion, is pretty sure is going to hell. Just kidding.
I'm not one to judge, but hell.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Undercooked fish, overcooked fish.
Believe it or not. Hell.
Yeah. Okay. So the name of the owner of this museum is Greg Newkirk. So you can look up their museum, you can look up his name. They come up first thing on the search and find these stories. And we'll post these pictures on Instagram as well, by the way. So he extends the invitation for them to send this statue. And the day finally comes where he's opening the box and he sticks his hands inside the box and he clutches a pillowcase. He can feel a wooden statue and he knows this is what he's been waiting for. Takes it out of the pillowcase. It's a statue that was found in that cave. The nails are in its eyes, the noose is around its neck. And as he does with all objects they receive He takes pictures of it, front, back, the entire profile. He takes notes and he sets it off to the side. He has some errands to run that day with his wife, and he locks up the office and they head out for a few hours. Greg has this to say when speaking about receiving these types of objects from people all over the world. He says, when you've been sent countless, quote, haunted objects through the years, it's hard to shake the preconceived notion that the creepy porcelain clowns, weird paintings, and African idols will never live up to their alleged reputations. They rarely do. So for us, the arrival of the Crone, which is what he's named the statue, Crone, the Crone. So for us, the arrival of the Crone was just another day at the office. However, the 6 months that followed proved us wrong. So those following 6 months is what I want to finish on, and that will be available for our patrons. So if you're a patron, look out for this story. It'll come out soon, before the end of the weekend. Mm-hmm. If you're not, link in our bio. Check it out. I won't say any more.
You dirty dog.
What's up, patrons? Thanks for being here. We're going to continue the story about the Crone, the statue found in the cave in New York by two men on a hike.